Two vectors a and b have components 0, 1 and -1, 3, respectively. What are the components of the sum of these two vectors? So we know that we have to do a plus b, and we need to know what the resultant vector is. We know that a corresponds to 0, 1, and b corresponds to -1, 3. Graphically, we can show this out. So we have our graph here, and we're graphing a in red. A would correspond to 0, 1, only one displacement in the y direction, and vector b corresponds to a displacement of -1 in the x direction, which would send us out here, but 3 in the y. So our vector is of this form. So this is vector b, and this is vector a. Now the resultant goes from here to here. If we look at this, we would see that the height of the resultant corresponds to the y component of b plus the y component of a, and the x component of our resultant vector corresponds to bx and ax, but there is no x component for a, only an x component of b. So we see that adding up both of the y's gives us the y component of the resultant, and adding up both the b's, adding up both the x's of the two vectors will give us the x component of our resultant. So we can just simply add the like terms. So if we write it as this, so this is a plus b is equal to c, we would see that c is equal to 0, 1 plus -1, 3. If we add the x components, we would get -1. If we add the y components, we would get 4. So our vector c, the resultant, is of the form -1, 4. So our answer is B, -1, 4.